screen, right? Is it being shared? See, banking is a very easy chapter. Only thing is students make mistake in calculation part. Calculation is tough. Okay, not tough. Each and every point calculation matters with. See, banking. When it comes to banking, students, last time you learned compound interest, simple interest, compound interest. What is simple interest formula? All of you will respond. Simple interest is equals to TR by 100. Simple interest is equals to PTR by 100. What do you mean by P, students? P, T and R. What are P, T and R stand for? Principal. P stands for principal. Next. T stands for time. R stands for rate. R stands for rate, student. Rate is nothing but percentage. Principal, rate and time. That is simple interest. Even in banking, we need interest. We need to find interest. So the formula for this is principal P into N plus 1 into R divided by 100 divided by 2 into 12. Can you see PR is same? PR by 100 is same. The formula, students. PR and 100 by same, right? Instead of T, what they have given? Instead of T, what is the value we have? N into N plus 1 divided by 2 into. This is the change we have to do. Time period. Why time period is changed? The reason is, usually in simple interest, we calculate every year, students, on yearly basis. Yearly. So principal is being deposited on yearly basis. In banking, it's not like that. In banking chapter, principal is deposited every month. It is monthly basis. P stands for principal. Okay. N stands for number of years. Number of months. Sorry, number of months. So only difference is T value. T value is changed here. It's the same concept. PTR by 100. T is equals to N into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12. Okay. N stands for number of months. Number of month. Fine. In simple interest, we used to deposit principal every year, students. Every year we used to calculate. Fine. But in banking, we deposit principal monthly. P stands for principal. Every month we deposit some cash. Okay, P stands for principal and it should be monthly. Every month 500. Okay, monthly. Next. N stands for number of months. N stands for number of months. For example, if you get N is equals to 12, is this 12 years or months? All of you want month. So if you want to convert into time, what's the answer? If you want, how many time? 12 months. 12 months is how many years? 1 year. So most of the calculation in banking, you should do it in month, student. Month. Later you have to convert into years. For example, after calculating, you get N is equals to 27 months. How do you convert month into year? How do you convert month into year? Very divide by 12. You take 27, divide by 12. How many times it goes, students? 12 twos are 24. Remainder? No, no, no. Tell me remainder. It's not 2 years, 3 months. Tell me the remainder. See? How do you write this? 2, 3 by? How do you write it? 2, 3 by 12. Now, this 2 stands for 2 years, students. 2 years. What about 1 by 3? Reduce it. When you reduce, what do you get? Respond. 1 by 4. This 1 by 4, if you want to convert into years, again you have to multiply by 12. So what do you get? 2 years? Correct. 2 years, 3 months. So this 27 has how many years, students? 2 years makes how many months? 2 years makes 24 months. So how many months is left? In 27, if you remove 24, how many months are left? 3 months. You can even show calculation like this. Instead of dividing and wasting your time, what about 39? If you divide by 12, what do you get? 39 has how many years? 3 years. Yes. How many months is left? 39 minus 36. If you minus 36, what is left? 3. So even if you get calculation 45, divide by 12. 12 threes are 36 students. So 3 years. After 36, you'll have 9 months left. Is this clear? Calculation part. So whenever they ask us to find n value, convert into time. This is the first point. Next. And other things are same. R stands for rate. Rate will always be in percentage. Remember, rate will be in percentage. They'll give you 15%. So just substitute 15 divided by 100. This is one point. Next. In simple interest, we had amount formula. What do you mean by amount, students? What was the formula for amount? Amount is equals to, yes, amount is nothing but when you take money from someone, you're going to repay. Okay. So the entire concept banking works on money, economy, money. What do you mean by money? You either lend money, lend in the sense you give it to someone. Lend meaning is given, or you borrow. Borrow meaning is you receive it from someone. Receive. These are the two concepts. You can either lend the money or borrow the money from someone. And whenever you lend or borrow, they don't give it for free. They give you some amount, principal amount. They give you some amount. On top of that, they add rate and number of time for how long you want to have that amount. Okay. It is mostly on investment. It is mostly on investment. Next. The meaning of amount is total amount what you're going to receive. Total amount is what you're going to receive. In simple interest, we had what was the formula for amount? Principal plus interest. If it was yearly, banking is yearly or monthly? How does banking work? Banking works on monthly concept. Principal works on monthly. If it is monthly, what you have to multiply? P into N. Remember P into N plus I. Here we don't call amount, students. In banking, we don't call amount, we call maturity value. All of you know this formula, P into N plus I, maturity value. Respond. This is what you have studied. Maturity value. What does MV stand for? This is maturity value. This is the actual concept related with simple interest. In simple interest, we used to call amount. In banking, we don't call it as amount, but both are same. Technically, they're same. Maturity value and amount both are same. So for your, don't memorize the formula. Try to understand. P plus I. It is monthly. That's just because it is monthly. P into N plus I is the formula. So these are the two major formulas we have. P into N plus I. I value is P into N into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into R by 100. Any doubts? Do you have any doubts in the formulas? Shall we start solving the questions? Banking. Okay, banking question. And one more thing, students. Account. See, when it comes to banking, all of you made the note of the formula. Okay, I'll give it. Just give it. See, banking, students, when it comes to banking, you're going to deposit some amount in bank. You're going to deposit. Okay, so you earn, you go to office, you go to work, you make cash, you earn, you deposit in the bank. If you deposit, there are four types of account. The first one is savings account. Make a note, they might ask you in MCQ, savings account. Second type of account is current account. Don't need about the definition, just get to know different types. Savings account, current account. Third one, fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit account. So to whom are you going to lend the money, students? To whom are you giving the money? To person or bank? To a bank, which means you are lending. It literally means you're lending some amount. And for that amount, what will the bank do? What will they give you? They're going to give you interest. This interest, it depends on four types. Interest is nothing but the extra amount. So you're going to deposit, lend money, that is the principal, for certain number of time period. Rate will be decided by the bank. Rate. On that particular amount, the bank will provide you interest. So there are four types. You can choose any one type. Four types. Savings account, the rate is different, terms and conditions are different. Current account, fixed deposit account. For your syllabus, you have RD account, recurring deposit, recurring or cumulative. Make a note, all these are same. They might give any word in the question, students, so don't get confused. Recurring, cumulative, deposit account, deposit account. This is what you'll have for your syllabus. Okay, so you'll have four types of account: saving account, current account. Just ignore all this. Make a note of the words. For your syllabus, you have recurring or cumulative account. We also call it as RD account. R stands for recurring, D stands for deposit. What does recurring mean, students? Tell me, what is recurring? Yes, reoccur. You know what is the meaning of occur, right? Repeats. So reoccur. That's the reason the principal time period, students. Look here. Interest is equals to P into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into R by 100. This is time value. If you take simple interest concept, it is PTR by 100. Just because recurring, what do you mean by recurring? You told it is reoccurs. So something which frequently change, right? Frequently changes, right? So time changes, students. See, time changes. Time is not constant. It keeps changing. Just because the time change, our value also will change. That's the reason T value is changed here. N into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12. To solve it is very easy. I'm just giving an introduction of the entire concept. What is banking? How are the formulas changed? In that, what you need to study. Just ignore all this. RD account, R stands for reoccurring. Reoccurring is which happens frequently. Okay. These are the four types. They might ask you all for MCQ. Out of four types, if they give four options, banking chapter related to which one, students? Which option? Related to recurring deposit. They'll ask you formulas. What is interest? Okay, now take down the formula. Interest is equals to P into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 into R by 100. Interest. And one more thing, P is principal, students, monthly. Every month you have to deposit monthly. P stands for principal. Make a note. I'll tell you what it stands for. P stands for principal. Every month you have to deposit monthly. Okay, next time period. T stands N into N plus 1, that is time maturity period or time period. N stands for month. Next we have MV formula. Maturity value. As you all told me, amount. First complete all this. Once you're done, let me know. Be quick. Tanya done? Any doubts? Malavika? No? Okay, now we are going to deposit, students. We are going to deposit. We call it as. Just a minute, I'll upload the questions. Okay, the one who opens the account in bank we call customers. Customer is going to open an account in the bank, students. Bank. So whatever he deposits is principal. Monthly he has to deposit. Example, rupees 100 is going to deposit. And for how many months? N. Example, he deposits time period. Time period he deposits for 2 years. So convert that into month. 2 years has how many months? 24 months. And the rate, bank will decide the rate, students. R is rate. Bank will decide, it will give you return of 10%. Let me say 10%. So every month, how much you have to deposit, students? Every month you have to deposit 100. How many months you have to deposit? 24 months. And the rate of interest is 10%. After 24 months, what would happen after 24 months? They will give, that is known as maturity value. Maturity time period. Maturity time period is 2 years. Okay, maturity value is equals to P into N plus I. That is, whatever principal we deposited 100 into time period is 24. It should be in N plus the interest what we get. We need to find the interest. We'll find that is known as maturity value. This is the total amount you'll get after 2 years. Okay. So for example, if you are going to invest rupees 100 every month for 24 months, how much you have invested? What's the total amount? 100 into 24 is 2000, 2400, right? It comes up to 2400 plus the interest, students, plus interest. Because every month you have deposited and bank has made use of your money. Bank has made use of our cash, for that they'll pay interest. How to calculate interest? The formula is P into N. P is 100 into N is 24. N plus 1 is nothing but just add 1, increase 1, 24, 25 into rate is 10. 2 into 12 divided by 100. Tell me the calculation, which one gets cancelled here? 100 next. Okay, can I cancel 12 to the 24 and this? What is the interest? 25 10 is rupees. Total, what is our investment? How much we have invested for 2 years? 2000. But how much is the bank giving to us extra amount? This is, and why are they paying interest? Because they made use of our amount, students. Okay, every month we deposited, so they made use of our cash. At last, they'll give you 2400 plus 250, 2650. And without we doing anything, we didn't work hard for this 250 to earn that 250. Okay, this is the concept of banking. Is this clear? All of you all understood what is banking? This is the formula for RD account. Like this, savings account has different formula, current account has different, fixed deposit has different formula, RD account has this formula. Okay, so maturity value is basically the total amount which you're going to receive at the end of 2 years, 3 years, whatever time period. You can invest. Time periods depends on us students. You can invest for 2 years, 3 years. It doesn't matter. Rate depends on the bank. Okay, rate is set by the bank. Now, according to the formula, interest is equals to n plus 1 into r 2 into 12 into 100. What are the different variables we have here? Can you tell me the different variables? Alphabets, I is 1, next, E, N, and R. So what are the different types of question? And one more is maturity value. In maturity value, what are the different formulas we have? P, N, I, it is repeated, right? I, P, N, R is repeated. And we also have maturity value. So how many different possible questions they might ask students? How many questions are possible? Five. Remember this, you should know different types of questions. Five types of questions are possible. First question, they'll tell you to find interest. It is easy. Principal is also easy. Rate is easy. Maturity value is easy. The toughest part is to find N, time period. Remember. So in all the topics, I'll make also 2 or 3 questions. And when I'm teaching time period, concentrate. It has quadratic equation. This is the toughest part, time period. Apart from that, other 4 questions are easy types. If they ask us to find I, we know the formula. What if they ask us to find P value, students? Principal. How do you find principal? If all the values are given, what happens to this 2 into 12 into 100? Will go to the other side. It gets multiplied, right? Divided by, I need only P on the right hand side. What happens to the other values? All of you will respond. It gets divided. Is this clear? How to take out P value and solve? Yes. Which one? Which is the other formula? Is maturity value given here? Is maturity value I given here? I'm talking about in this formula here. In this formula, you have to extract. Okay, I'm not talking about maturity value here. Fine. In this formula, I asked you to find P. How to take out P? Have I given any values here? No, no. Any values have I given? No. Just from the formula, I'm telling you to extract it. Okay. So until I complete, just understand. So try to understand. Later, I'll give you all time. Any questions? You can ask later. Next. How do you take R value? How do you take R? I into, all of you respond. If you want to find R value, to the denominator. So divide it by into n plus. Okay. While solving it is very easy. I'm just teaching you all R. This is how you find R value. How do you find n value, students? If you want to find n into n plus 1, shift all the other terms to the other side. I into 2 into 12 into 100 divided by, what are the left remaining values? P into R. Okay, you should know this concept. These are the possible questions. See, we got a formula for I, for P, for R, for n into n plus 1. Don't memorize anything. The blue one is the important one. Memorize only this. Okay. Even if they tell you to find R, you don't have to memorize this R, students. It is tough. So write the main formula. From there, you will extract the R value. R stands for rate. Okay. We'll start solving the questions. And N concept is the toughest part. N is to find number of terms. First, we'll start the previous year question. We'll solve all the board exam questions. Then we'll go with the textbook questions. I'll make you solve few questions from R.S. Agarwal and few from Selena. First MCQ question, student. Let us start with MCQ. Yes, here read out the first MCQ question. Find the interest, right? What is this 800 every month? Every month if they deposit, what you take? 800 as. Principal is 800. All of you respond, students. What kind of accounts I told you? What are the four accounts we have? Savings account, current account, fixed deposit, and recurring account. In your syllabus, what you'll have? Recurring. So what are the difference name? They might give you recurring account. They might call RD account. They may call cumulative account. You shouldn't get confused, students. There's only one formula in banking. Remember that. But different names are given. Here they mentioned RD account. So the keywords I have taught you. Go with the keywords. P is given. How many months? N is equals to 6. If he receives rupees 4884 at the time of maturity. So what is this 4884? Maturity value of interest. Maturity value. What is maturity value? 4884. What do we need to find here? If maturity value is given, which formula do we use to? And one more thing, students, give preference for maturity value. If value is given, always give preference for maturity value first. You'll definitely get the answer. What is maturity value formula? What is maturity value? 4884 is equals to P value is here, so you can't divide this. You can't divide. What is 8 into 600? 800 into 6. 8 6 are 48. What is interest? Keep I as it is. On the right hand side, shift this, it becomes minus. I is equal to 4884 minus. So interest is equals to rupees 84. Is this clear? All of you understood? Okay, students. Any doubts in this? 2 is 84 is the answer. Now compare this. Just by looking at the question, you all might think easy, but in board exam, nowadays they're giving tricky questions, students, tricky questions. Just observe the number. What is maturity value? 4884. What is interest? Interest is equals to principal is 800. Out of these three, which is the highest value? Which is the highest? So remember this, always which one will be greater? Which one will be greater? Maturity. Okay. Maturity value will be greater because some questions you can't identify, students. The way they give the words, you won't be able to identify. Then go with the values. So maturity value will be the highest here. 4884. Principal and interest will be smaller than that. Make a note. Try the first question. I'll send the questions in group. So all these are board exam questions, past 7 years questions. And whenever maturity value is given, give preference for maturity value. You'll get the answer. Don't apply interest formula here because R is missing. If you apply interest, R is missing, you won't be able to find. Completed? All of you are done? Yes, students, done, completed. Shall we do the next one? Next MCQ question. Okay, you all tell me the second and third one. What do we need to find and which formula we need to apply, students? Tell me the second one. What is n value? For the second question, what is n? N value. That is time period 2 years. N is how many months? 24. What is principal? How much he deposits? And he receives what maturity value is 25,500. Isn't it the same similar question? See, board exam they repeat the questions today. Only values are different. See, 2022, 23. Tomorrow we'll solve 24 and 25. Next, the interest earned in how many years? 2 years. What you have to find here? Interest. Which formula do we apply? Maturity value is P into N plus I. So I'm not going to do the second and third. I'll give it for homework. I'll send this paper. You do it later. Second and third. Tell me the fourth question. Delisha, read the fourth one. Tell me all the datas. What is principal in the fourth one? P is 1200. Okay, next. What is N value? For how many years? Respond. Unmute the call. What is N value then? You can't take it as 1 year. N stands for month. Should I take one or 12? 12 next. What is that 5%? Time or what? When do you get 5% students? Can others answer? Is the time, rate, or maturity value? Rate. You don't know this concept, Delisha? You weren't listening? I know about few students. Even if they're attending, they're busy with phone, they're not concentrating. That's the reason I ask questions. R is equals to 5%. Whenever there is percent, it is always rate, students. Remember that. Rate. What is the question asked, Delisha? What do we need to find? By him on maturity is. See, maturity here it doesn't mean maturity value. They asked us to find interest. Which formula shall we apply? What are the two formulas we have in banking? Yeah, tell me. No, let Delisha answer. What is interest formula? Others try this, students. Others try it. What is interest formula, Delisha? Your voice is not audible. Hmm? Voice is not audible. I'm not able to hear. Others, are you able to hear Delisha answering, students? No, Delisha. Rejoin. If not, rejoin. Completed. What are the two formulas, students? Interest and maturity value. Which one can I apply here? Do I need to apply maturity value or interest? Why interest? Can you see rate is given? Right? Yes. It 12 into n plus 1 is 13. If you are writing 12, add plus 1, 13. Yes, Malavika, were you there from the beginning? Network. Fine. You understood all this? Yeah, completed. Completed. Good. This is the fourth question. Second and third, you can do it for homework. MCQ question. Two zeros gets cancelled. 12 and 12 gets cancelled. 2 ones are 2 6 are. 6 into 13 into 5. How come 220? What is 6 into what? 220, 260, all wrong answers. 360 put. 6 5s are 30. 30 into 3. 0 remains as it is. 3 3s are 9. 3 1s are 3. Simple calculation, you are going wrong. 390. What did I tell you all in the beginning? Students go wrong in the calculation part. In spite of telling you all are proving it right. Okay, so don't think it is easy, student. Concept is easy. Calculation part is tough. This is easy question. If I solve 3 and 4 marker question, you'll understand. Shall we try the next one? All of you all got 390 interest. Next, MCQ is done. We did 2 questions, other 2 questions. I'll give it. I'll send it later. One 3 marker question. That is, when did they give this? 2024. Look at this. 2024. What is given? Fifth one. Suresh has an RD account in a bank. How much does he deposit? What is principal, students? Principal is rupees 2000. And the bank pays him how much? And the bank pays rate. What's the rate given? 8%. If he gets 1040 as what? What is this 1040? Interest. It is clearly given 1040 as interest. Rupees 1040. What do we need to find? Find the years. All of you will respond. What is missing, students? Year is missing, right? Find the year. Year in the sense N is missing. Okay, this is a tough question. We'll do this later. N is tough. First, we'll try to figure out principal question. Sixth one. We'll try the sixth one. Mr. Sonu has a recurring deposit and deposits. What's the principal, student? Sixth question. Rupees 750. And what is time given? Oh, you're giving wrong answers. What does N stand for? N stands for months. How do you convert? 24. If he gets 19,125 at the time of maturity, what do you mean by that? Yes, 19,000. How much? 125. That is maturity value. What do we need to find here, students? We need to find interest. Maturity value is how much? 19,125. Find what? What is given here? In the Kia, you don't have to read this. You don't know the meaning of rate. What is rate, students? Rate stands for R. We need to find R. How do you find R? Or the Kia, if you're giving wrong answers, keep your video on and answer. I don't think you're concentrating. Okay. If you don't have the simple concept, you're telling us interest. Have they asked us to find interest there? Rate of interest. Okay. Rate is our students. How do you find if maturity value is given? What did I tell you all? All of you will respond. If maturity value is given, first use maturity value formula. What is maturity value? P into N plus I. P into N plus I. How do you find R, students? R comes in which formula? R is in which? Interest. What is interest formula? P into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12. R divided by 100. So in order to find interest rate, which formula do we need to use? Interest. And what did I tell you? Whenever maturity value is given, use maturity value first. Use this, you'll get the value of interest. Substitute interest, you'll get the value of R. 1009,125 is equals to 750 into 24 plus I. Find the value of interest, all of you. So one interest question is done. This is rate question. This question is related to rate. One nine one two five. Yes, 19125. Okay. Once you find interest, substitute here, student. Substitute and find the rate all of your. Even in exam, write the same. Board exam, you're supposed to write given. Write all the data given. Principal, time, maturity value. Rate, we need to find. Yes, students done, completed all of you. What is I value? 19125. What's the value for this? 750 into 24? 18,000. See, some teachers would tell you all to write I value here directly. Don't do that mistake. First calculate it. First calculate. Later you can substitute. 750 into 24. All of you are done or still come doing it? 18,000. Okay. When you subtract this side, I is equals to 1,125 student. Now substitute in this formula. 1,125 is equals to principal is the same. Rate is 24 multiplied by n plus 1. Don't keep writing each and every time. Just write it directly. Yes, 25 into rate. We don't know. Keep it as it is. This is what I taught you all in the beginning. If you want to have rate as it is, shift all the other values, students. Shift other values. Don't reduce anything. Definitely you'll go wrong in calculation. Never reduce it now. First shift it, then you'll reduce. Keep R as it is. Tell me the values. 1125 into which one will get multiplied? 2 into 12 into 100. If you try to reduce here, look here, I'll tell you one thing. If you try to reduce students, while shifting the values, you'll definitely go wrong. Okay, last year students have done the same mistake. Don't do it here. First shift all the values. Divided by what are the values? 750 into 24 into 25. Now you can reduce it. Which one can we reduce? 2 into 12. Can you reduce 2 12s are 24? Right? Then what else? 125. Where 125. 25 ones, how many times it goes in 100? 4 times. You can do it like this. Then R is left. R is equal to what are the numbers left, students? Tell me the numbers in numerator. 1125 into divided by 750. See, this 750 is what is causing the problem, because is there any zero to reduce in the numerator? Do we have any zero, students? No. So keep 1125 into 4. Can I write 750 as 75 into 10? Is it correct? You all should learn all this, students. All this you all should learn as I teach. Okay, I'll be teaching you all even the calculation part, easy way to complete it. If you know this, calculation will be easy. If not, you'll struggle with division. Now take 1125, divide by 75 in the working column. How many times it goes in 5? 5 into 15, then 225. Then 5 into your, then 3 ones are 3, 15s are right. So how many times 75 goes? 15s are. What is 15 into 4? All of you will respond. 15 4 the. What is 15? Tell your answer. Just ignore others. See, wantedly, if you're giving wrong answers, I can't teach students. Okay, I can't teach. If you don't know 15 into 4, if you're wantedly giving wrong answers, I'm not responsible. 60. What is 60 divided by 10? So R is equals to how much percent? 6%. You all are in 10th standard, so think and answer, students. Think, read the question. Think, don't be playful. You know what the answer is. Don't give wrong answers. Okay, you can do it like this, or you can just keep 750. Calculate however you want. If you do it in this way, it is easy. All of you understood how to find rate? Any doubts in this, students? You all have any doubts? So interest is done, rate is done. We get at the time what is the rate. Okay, seventh one is the same. Do it for homework. I want all of you to complete the seventh. We'll do the eighth question. All of you will respond. Eighth one. What is given, students? Rekha opened the RD account for how many months? N is equals to 20 months. So far, what are the questions we did? We did a question on interest to find interest, was done. Then next what we did? Rate. Now principal question. The rate of interest. What is rate of interest given, students? 8.9 per annum. And Rekha receives how much? Rupees 441. What is this 441? Interest. Interest is equals to rupees 441 at the time of maturity. What do you need to find here? Find the amount. Deposit. What do you mean by deposit? Maturity value or principal? Principal. Maturity value is what we receive. Deposit principal is what we deposit. Whatever we put in the bank is known as deposit. So what do we need to find here? What do we need to find, students? We need to find principal. Okay, one question related to principal. Look, they didn't ask us to find principal directly. They've given the word Rekha deposited each month. Only the principal we deposit each month. So it is not interest or maturity value, it's the principal. Try this question. If interest is given, use interest formula. Interest is equals to P into n plus 1, R divided by 100. 2 into 12. Complete this. And time period is given directly. It's not given in years, it is given in months, 20 months. So you don't have to convert, right? It has 20 into 21, 9, 2 into 12 into 100. Once again, don't reduce, students. Remember, don't reduce anything. Shift all the values first. 441 into 2 into 12 into 100. Principal divided by 20 into 21 into 9. Now reduce it. Now reduce, you'll get the right answer. Is Anya online? Anya, are you doing it? Abigail, Anya, Eileen? Okay. See, like last year, I can't ask each one question, students. This is board exam. We don't have time. So if I ask questions, anyone can answer. Okay, but don't shout, don't give wrong answers. Think and give me right answer. So I can't ask individual questions. We won't have time to complete. Yes, Bhargavi, what the answer? 280. Okay, let me check. What about others? Got 280? All of you are done? Calculation? Anya completed? Cecilia, Anya? Bhargavi, I should appreciate. If you complete your sending this emojis, if you complete, I should appreciate. If you appreciate yourself, how many times it was, students? 21s, how many times? 5 times? Next, tell me, Bhargavi. 3 sevens are good. 3 sevens are, 3 fours are right. Yeah. Do the working in working column, students. Not it comes here. Next, 7 ones are, 7 six are 40, 50. Next, 9 ones are. Principal is equal to 7 into 4 into 5. Sorry, 2 is also left, right? See, I'll put all the values which are left. So make sure you write the values properly. 2 into 7, 4 into 5. What's the value? 420. 0 remains as it. 2 fours are 8, 2 ones are 2. Calculate even maturity value. They haven't given here. They might ask you to find maturity value. Calculate maturity value. Be quick. Yes, Anya done. What are you talking, Anya? You're shouting at me. What is that? Then what? Something you're complaining about class? Complete this one. When I ask questions, you don't even unmute the call and you're busy talking there. Complete the value. And we heard what you spoke, Anya. It was in Urdu, right? You were shouting, you were telling something about the class. Able to see the screen? Not working in the sense audio or video? Which one? You'll get only half mark for that. If you keep doing such things, hardly passing mark, Anya. Try to listen fully, only then you can complete the answer. Get an internet connection. What is this, students? You are in 10th, you want me to tell all this. If you're attending online, net should be proper, your system should work. Use your phone. Yes, done. What is maturity value, students? 280 into 20 plus 440. 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 5. What's the value? Final answer? Yes, 6041 is the answer. So if it is 3 marks, look here, if it is 3 marks, only this part they'll ask you. They'll just tell you to find principal. If it is 4 mark question, they'll ask you one additional question, maturity value and principal, students. So that's it. Today only 1 hour. We are done. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? So I'll send this paper in the group. Which one you'll have to complete for today's homework? Question 2, 2 and 3 for MCQ, and what else? I told you all even the 7th. Can you see the 7th one? I'll send it in the group. 7th one, what do we need to find? Look at the last part. What do we need to find, students? Over another 2 minutes. I want all of you to respond. Right? So first question, what we found, students? Fifth one. Okay, fifth one we didn't do. We have to find n time period. Can you see total time? We do it tomorrow. Sixth one, what is one? Sixth one was related to rate. Seventh one, again rate. Do it for homework. Seventh one. Eighth one, amount. Not find the amount. Record. Deposited is not amount. Delisha. Deposited meaning is principal. Bhargavi, not Delisha. Voice is almost there. Bhargavi, it is principal. So we have done the eighth one, students. Okay, ninth, tenth, and there are even 4 marker question. We'll do that tomorrow. Try the seventh one, second one, third one for homework. 2, 3, and 7. Is it clear? Okay, that's it for today. Attend at 7, same time, students. 7:22. All, all can leave at 7:20.